Right. To today, my name is Chinwe Dada, and I'm a manager with Forever Living Products. Done this business for a while. Done this business for about 12 years now. No, I'm mistaken. Done this business for about 10 years. Yes, and this is one of the most amazing opportunities I have ever been, fortunate enough to have. And I'm glad that we're all here. And I hope that we get some value after we have this interaction today. So today we're actually going to be looking at some business skills. For the past meetings, we've talked about, the business skills of, prospecting, finding new customers, because we know that the lifeblood of our business is prospecting. Prospecting, bringing in new customers and bringing in new team members, bringing in new downlines. That is what can give us what we are looking for in our business. That's what can help us to reach and achieve our goals in the business. It's all well and good when you have customers, when you're selling the product, it's very good. But to keep you growing and to keep your income growing in the business, you really need to learn the art of prospecting. Okay, and I know in the sessions before now, we've learned about how to profile our prospects. Okay, can you hear me? I should increase my voice. Okay. In the past meetings, we've been told about the skill of how to find prospects, how to invite them to take a look at our business. So tonight, I want us to look at the skill of how to follow up. The truth of the matter is that everything in this life can be learned if you put your mind to it. When we talk about prospecting, some people will say, I'm not an extrovert. Oh, I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to meet people. I'm not good with people. I like to be on my own. But you see, if you can learn what it takes to meet your goal, you should be willing to learn it. My upline in this business, Pastor Kamaka Sube, would always tell us that when it comes to being an introvert, she is the biggest introvert you can ever know. She wants to be on her own with her books or, reading or just with her immediate circle. She never liked the idea of putting yourself out there. But when you see that this is the way to get to where you're going to, then by all means, you come out of your comfort zone. We've always learned the zone is where things don't grow. In fact, things begin to, you step out of your comfort zone and you learn what it takes. Then you can reach your goal. Okay, so that's why we're calling it a skill. Skill is something that you learn. Even if you're an extrovert already and you're already good with people, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, you have to learn the skill of prospecting. It is a skill if you want to do your business professionally. But if you want to be running helter-skelter like a rabbit that is looking for the nearest hole to run into, and then you'll find that you won't have much success. But if you learn the skill, you do your business professionally, the chances of success are much higher. For you to do any business and do it well and get success, you have to learn the skill. The hair that I have on now is a skill that somebody learned. And I don't know why people believe that network marketing, people can just guess their way through it or figure it out as they go along. If you learn skills in every other profession, then you have to learn skills in network marketing as well, if you want to have success. So, like I said before, we've learned the skill of finding prospects, inviting prospects. So today I want us to learn the skill of follow-up, because it's part of prospecting. You have to learn to follow up. Many of us have crossed the first hurdle of finding the prospect. We've even gone as far as inviting the prospect to take a look at the business. But most times, the next hurdle of follow-up always seems to be a little bit of a problem. And in our business, we always say that the fortune of this business is in follow-up. The fortune of this business is in follow-up. You must learn the skill of follow-up, and not just follow-up, but following up professionally. Because you don't want to be following up to the extent where you are now disturbing people. So tonight, we're going to look at it together. How can we learn this skill of follow-up and follow up professionally? Remember tonight, remember that the fortune prospecting is in follow-up. Why is it important to follow up? When you follow up, you're first of all showing the customer that you are serious, or your prospect that you are serious. You know, following up means that you simply do what you said you would do. For example, you invited somebody to take a look at your business. Maybe you showed them a video, or you sent something they can read to them, you know, about the business. Because, you know, the earlier skill of, you know, inviting them to take a look, we said that you don't have to, you know, read out all the information, tell them the A to Z of your business at one sitting. If you do that, most people they won't even hear half of what you're saying. And even when they hear, they don't understand all this jargon you're speaking. Okay, so keep it short and simple. Invite them to take a look at the business. Give them something to read, something to watch, and you know, and then ask, you know, for when you will meet with them again. Book an appointment, a day and a time that you want to follow up on them, you know, and you say to them, okay, can I call you? When can I call you to find out what you thought about what I'm sending to you? When can I call you to find out what you think about it, you know? And then you get that appointment from them, allow them to give you their own date and time. Now, when you get that date and time, write it down. As professional network marketer, you know, we said that we want to learn how to do this thing professionally. As a professional network marketer, you must have a calendar. You don't start the day and just, you know, worry people because I'm in worry. Worry will say you just follow where belle face. You follow where belle face. That means that anywhere the wind takes you to, you just go in that direction. Anywhere belle face, you go that way. All right. No, if you're a professional network marketer, you have a calendar. Every day you know who you are talking to, where you are going to, because everything is scheduled, everything is planned. You know, we always say that if you don't plan, then you are already planning to fail. Okay. So if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So have a plan for follow-up. If the person you have spoken to told you, okay, Tuesday, 5 p.m. is a good time for me, write it down somewhere. Have a diary or on your phone. Have, you know, a schedule on your phone. So on that Tuesday, you already know these are the people that I'm to see. Now, if this person, you know, the book that, you know, we reference for this training is Eric Worre's book. And Eric Worre told us in that book that there was, you know, one time when he was starting his network marketing career, he had an appointment with a particular businessman, very successful. You find that people that are successful are usually busy. Now, this man, he had given him an appointment and they had planned a time and all that. He came late for the meeting. By the time he came, this prospect had waited and was about to leave. So he begged and said, I'm sorry, I was delayed as I was coming. And the guy says, listen, my time is precious. You gave me a time, or we agreed on a time. I was here at that time. You were not here. So the guy already assumed that this person is not serious. Are you sure I want to do business with this kind of person? Now, some of your prospects might have that feeling about you when you don't follow up, when both of you have agreed on a time, but maybe you've forgotten, or you're busy chasing so many other prospects that you forget the appointments you have scheduled, or you don't take the appointment serious enough. Say, I'll see them another time. There's some people that the fact that you said something and you didn't do it, they've already scored you 0. They might not say it to you, but in their mind, in the back of their mind, they're like, this person is not a professional. This person is not serious. If I give this person my time and my energy to do this business, this person can't follow through on anything. Okay? So make it a habit to follow up on your appointments. What you say you will do, do it. If you tell somebody, if both of you have agreed, you will call at a certain time, make sure you call at that time. Do all you can to remind yourself that this is what you said you will do. Okay, so have a calendar. It can be an electronic one, it can be a physical one, but make sure you have a calendar and keep your appointments. Okay, and then when you follow up on these people, you know, in the book we were told that to sign up an average prospect takes about 6 meetings, 6 called exposure simply means the business. Okay, so don't expect that you market somebody today and the person will join your business, or when you follow up the first time the person will join your business. Okay, so when you follow up on this person, remember the first time you showed them something to watch, or you gave them something to read, or you showed them they connected to a meeting, maybe a BOM or something, the next time you're following up on them, you should ask questions. One of the key skills in prospecting is that you must learn to ask questions. Marketers usually have the wrong opinion that when you're marketing somebody, you're doing all the talking. But if you want to be a professional network marketer, you must learn to listen. The skill of listening is even more important than the skill of loading them with information and talking and talking and talking. So when you follow up, ask questions. The question typically you should ask, did you watch, this is assuming that you have called them at the time you said you will call, and you say to them, how are you doing, usual chit chat. And then you say to them, now, did you get to watch what I sent to you? Or did you read what I sent to you? Did you look at that thing I told you to look at? And if they say, oh, I'm so sorry, I even forgot, I didn't look at it. Say, okay, when do you think you can look at it? Always make sure you get a date and a time. When do you think I can call you back to check? Don't just say, okay, go and look at it and get back to me. No, don't say that. Get another appointment, or we'll call it another exposure from them. And they say to you, okay, let me look at it in the next 2 hours. Let me look at it tomorrow. You say, okay, when is a good time for me to call you to check on you if you did? And they give you another appointment. Write that appointment down. On that particular appointment day and time, call or visit, whatever the appointment is. So have you looked at it now? If they say, oh, wow, this thing, I'm so sorry, you don't vex, so please, when do you think you can look at it? I want you to look at it so that we can discuss it. Give me another date. And I know you're busy, it's fine, no problem. And they give you another date. So until they eventually look at it. And then your next question at your next exposure, when you meet up with them for that specific day and time, the next question should be, okay, so you looked at it. What did you like best about it? What did you like best? Because sometimes when you ask them, what do you think? They might start telling you all the negatives and all that. But when you ask them, what did you like best? You are giving them an opportunity to open their mind to what they actually liked about that video. The mind is a powerful thing. When you open up your mind to the good, you find that you lean more towards it. So lead them in the way of the good part. Okay, so let them tell you what they liked best about what they watched. Okay, so we say that you should keep the process alive. Continue the process of giving them more and more exposures until they eventually have opportunity to discuss with you about what they liked about that thing you have shown them. Okay, so if their response is positive and they seem to have liked what they want, what you show to them, and they are interested in what you show to them, then you can't be ready to close on that prospect. Closing on them means maybe they're ready to sign up at this point. Okay, so attempt to try and sign up. But if they still want more time, or they still want to think about it, your next move should really be to expose them to probably an upline or a meeting or a three-way call. Let them hear from somebody else. Sometimes hearing from somebody else really helps these people to close, to close. A lot of times when this prospect is a warm prospect, one prospect is somebody that already knows you. For example, a family member, a friend, somebody that has known you before. Worry people call it the problem of see finish. Don't mind me, I quote Worry a lot because this is where we live, okay? In Worry, when we say somebody see you finish, that means the person is too familiar with you, so they don't really rate you like that, okay? So if you find that this your prospect is too close to you, too familiar with you, the best person to expose them to next is your upline. Let me give you a typical example. We're going for the Port Harcourt showcase last Saturday, and then I had somebody in my team that had been trying to invite this lady for the showcase, and this lady had been kind of evasive, not too sure if she will come. You answer like this, answer like that. So she gave me the lady's phone number and told me that I should call the lady on her behalf. And I called the lady. She doesn't know me, but I just introduced myself. I'm this person's team member, and I guess she wants to invite you. I would really like you to come. Want to hang out with you, blah, blah, blah. And then she says to me, please, I will come. I will make sure. When is it? What time? And so we all laughed. And truly the lady was, she came with us. So you find that most times people are more excited with people than somebody they're very used to. Okay, so let that person have probably a three-way call, or you bring your upline into the picture, to see how you can close, on that prospect. So it's very important. Always remember that you don't attempt to close until, the person is really ready. Like I said, it takes an average of 4 to 6 exposures before the prospect might be ready to close. All right, Kelechi, how many minutes do I have before we can ask questions so that I'll know how to? So like I said before, be ready to be patient. You see, the thing about follow-up is that you must remain passionate, but you must be patient. When I say remain passionate, that means you must always be energetic. You must always sound, there's people can read you from your body language, from the tone of your voice, sound like you are excited about your business, sound like you're passionate about your business, sound like this is a big deal, sound like you're giving this person something they really need. When you go to the market and then you see somebody that is really passionate about what they are selling, most times, if you're not careful, they will convince you to buy what you don't want to buy. Okay, so you must sound energetic at all times. You must sound passionate. You must sound like this thing is something that can change your life. Okay, don't sound like somebody that they are just pushing, or you just want to meet up with your CC. No, you have to maintain your passion. Okay, and then you have to be patient also. Some of us, we just feel, I beg, I don't tire, I don't talk. This person is not. Be patient. We always say in marketing, keep one foot in the door. Keep one foot in the door. Don't slam the door. Do you know that sometimes your best downline might be the most difficult to sign on? There are some people that you need to market them for years before they will agree. So if you just say, I've talked once, I've talked twice, some people might need up to 10 exposures. I just said an average of 4 to 6. There's some people that you just have to continue to follow up from time to time. Okay, even when they say, for now, keep that your business somewhere. I'll get back to you. Those kind of responses. Be prepared for them. Don't take it personal. We always say that when somebody says no to you they're not saying, when somebody says no to your opportunity, they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to the opportunity. And sometimes that no might mean not now. That no might mean I'm not ready. That no might mean I need more information. Okay. So always be patient when you are following up, and don't just close the door. Keep a foot in the door. Okay. And, schedule when next you can give that person another exposure, another opportunity, another information to look into the business. Okay. And always keep it professional, always keep it passionate. Okay. But just learn that you have to be patient with people. After all, for many of us that are on this call in the business, many of us didn't sign up the first time or second time. It took a little while for us to also be convinced that this is an opportunity that we want to look into. So give others that same patience. Give them that patience, but keep your urgency and your passion. Okay. And then we also say something also in follow-up. One very key way of following up is that you should condense the exposures. Don't leave it too long before you check on that person again. Don't leave it too long before you follow up. Let's put it that way, so that it will not take too long. And then maybe by the time you haven't spoken to the person for 3 months and you call the person again, you start from the beginning to, just keep it short, and then always make sure you don't prolong your follow-up time, because people are busy. Okay, so just keep it short and simple, but don't stay too long where the person has forgotten that you people even had a conversation, because before you go back to them and say, so that thing I was talking about, you say, hey, remind me, what's that thing again? And then you start from the beginning. It becomes too long and boring and monotonous. Okay, so keep being in that person's space, as much as you can, without being, of course, too intrusive or disturbing the person, but try as much as possible to keep your exposures condensed and not too far apart, to the extent that the person forgets you and forgets what you are talking about. One of the ways that we also can keep it interesting is we'll continue to, make sure that remain we remain relevant in our business, because some people are watching you grow. Some people are watching you to see if you that is even marketing them, if you are growing, if you are succeeding. So keep your passion and your consistency in the business up. Sometimes they see you in this showcase. And, I always say to our team in Worry, I say, one of the ways that you can even keep your prospects interested is when you attend events. Today, they see you in Port Harcourt, you're having such a nice time, you're taking photos, you're on stage, they are recognizing you, this and that. Many of them, they watch your social media, because I'm sure we all know that we must be on social media. If you're a business person, you're not on social media, you are just joking. You are not serious at all. You have not started. You have to recognize that business has changed. The way to do business has changed. You must be on social media, even if it's just your WhatsApp status. Okay. So these people are watching, and that's how to keep them interested. Tomorrow they're doing something in Abuja, you are there. You may say, I'm not there, I didn't qualify for anything. Don't worry, just go there, climb the stage, take a photo with the backdrop. Always look like this is where it is happening, or this forever. Now here we die here. People can read that excitement from you. They will get that energy from you. And after watching you and seeing how you're consistently doing this business and happy in your business, posting your products day after day, trying to, showcase one thing or the other from the business, they're going to be watching you silently. You have a higher chance of getting them into the business if they can see you doing the business and loving the business. So that's also very important, even as you try to follow up and, keep these people in your pipeline. Okay, so one of the common things that we encounter in following up is objections. People will have objections. I know all of us here, we have gone through these objections, but listen, Don't take it personal, because objections are part of the process. I always say that if you're going on a journey and there are some speed bumps along the way, it's part of your journey. You can't say because this is a speed bump, I'll stop. No, you're going, for example, in my estate where I live, we have a lot of speed bumps. And I'm going to the gate because I need to buy ice cream for my children. That's my objective. That's my goal. So I cannot say because there are some delays or some speed bumps, I will not go and buy the ice cream again. That ice cream is too important to my family. So I will make sure I go get that ice cream. The only thing is that when I get to the speed bump, I will slow down and I'll be patient and I will go through it. So objections are like speed bumps along the way. It's part of the process. It's part of the process. Don't look at it as something that is hindering you or stopping you. It's part of the process. And these people have every right to have these objections. They have every right. Okay, so when people give you objections, you must empathize with them. We always say that empathy is different from sympathy. Sympathy is, oh, I'm so sorry, no, sorry, oh, sorry. That's sympathy. You're feeling sorry for the person. But empathy is that you are putting yourself in that person's shoes. You're trying to understand where that person is coming from. So when people give you these objections, it shouldn't offend you. Welcome objections. First of all, objections even show that the person is paying attention. Don't you think? Yes. They are listening to you. They are trying to assimilate what you're saying and giving you their own opinion. And it is very welcome. But we must learn in follow-up how to handle objections. Number one, don't be offended by objections. Number two, empathize with them, like I said before. Try and understand where they're coming from. Okay? What are the common objections? I don't have the time. I don't have the time for this business. I'm a very busy person. Okay. Number two objection might be, I don't have money. The products are very expensive. I don't have money to sign up. Another objection might be network marketing does not work for it didn't work for me. Options. Someone will say, I cannot be going to talk to I can't be going and be bothering people. Oh. You have to be marketing people. I'll now go and be talking to my friends and be disturbing people. I don't like disturbing people. Okay. If you're here and you felt any of these objections, maybe you can give me like an emoji so that I can know that we're together. Now, if you want to follow up people professionally, you must learn the skill of feel, felt, and found. Feel, felt, and found. Okay. So when they give you any of these objections, you say, I know how you feel. I know how you feel. That's empathy. I know how you feel. I felt like that before. I understand how you feel. I know how you feel. I actually felt like that before. But I have found, okay, so that's how you respond to objections. You feel what they feel. You tell them you can feel what they're feeling. And you tell them you used to feel like that before, but that you have found this and that. Okay? All right. So always empathize with them. But in empathizing with them, give them the information that they need. For example, if they say to you, network marketing, is it not a pyramid scheme? It's not a pyramid scheme, rather. You say to them, honestly, I know how you feel because even me, I felt like that before. But after educating myself, I have found that network marketing is not a pyramid scheme. In fact, pyramid schemes are illegal. That pyramid schemes are illegal. I can never be part of what is illegal. Network marketing, you educate them. You educate them about your industry. Tell them how network marketing has produced about the largest millionaires in the whole world. You tell them what network marketing really is, because people always respond based on the information they have. So you must have the right information so that you can give them the right information. If they have the right information, perhaps that's why we say in business, you must make an informed decision. That means have the information so that you can make the right decision. So give them information. educate them, but don't cut down, don't shut down what they're saying. Don't make it look like they're talking rubbish. You must acknowledge that what they're saying, that you can understand where they're coming from, because people open up to you better when you treat them like that. But when you treat them like they're ignoramus, or they don't know anything, you understand, they have already shut you down. Okay, so yes, you must have the right information so that you can give them the right information. Very true. Okay, so to do this thing professionally, use the feel, felt, and found system. Okay, acknowledge what they're saying, empathize with them, and then give them information, educate them. Educate them. They say things like, I don't want to bother people, I don't want to bother my friends. You tell them that, well, if I can show you how to do this business without it looking like you're bothering people, would you be willing to take a look? Would you be willing to try? And besides, if you have found something good and you are sure this thing is a solution, you are sure this thing will help people, and and I show you how you can, show it to them in this way, don't you think they will be happy with you? So find a way to educate them about how they can do the business professionally. If they say they don't have the time, for example, you let them know that, you know, everybody can have time for anything that matters to them. Whatever it is that is important, you will create time for it. And you also let them know that the thing can be done part-time. You can do it just 1 hour a day. You can decide it's 1 hour a day you want to dedicate to just learn about your business and see how you can do the business. You tell them that what you're trying to create for them is time freedom. So sometimes you might have to sow 1 hour of your time so that your future can have more time. Because people say if you decide to do what is hard now, or you decide to do what is inconvenient now, it will make the future easy, to make the future better. Okay, so you educate them as to how this company can give them that time they are looking for. It can make them to have the time freedom they are looking for. Some will say they don't have money, and all that. And you will explain to them how this company or this business can eventually give them that money they are looking for. All right, so you must learn how to manage objections. Don't argue with your prospects. Don't go into an arguing or shouting match or back and forth with them. Always remember that you must empathize with them first and foremost, and then you must educate them. All right, very, very important. I find that it's always best when you can tell your own story. Stories sell much more than just giving theory. Stories sell. So if you tell them your own story, they can relate to it much better than when you're just preaching at them from something you read somewhere or from what somebody told you. So try and have your own story. If you're here, you don't have a story, then try and have your own story so that you can have something that um you can share, that people can relate to. And I thank God that our products are such that they will always give you a story. If you don't even have a story in signing up people, maybe you're new in the business, you haven't really brought in anyone into the business, you haven't really built a team yet. Well, that's fine. But one of the things we always say, start by using the product. When you use the product, okay, so start from there. Use the product and then let the products be the testimony that you can sell. Okay, because the truth of the matter is that, any business seminar you go to, the first thing they will say to you is that if you want to make money in this life, just solve a problem. Once you can solve a problem, the chances of you being rich are very high. Because what everybody in this life is looking for is solution. And our products solve a problem. So if you make yourself the testimony of your product and you become a product of your product, you have testimony already. And you tell somebody that this business that I used to my face was becoming very dark. Just recently, my face was becoming very, very dark. I wasn't taking care of it. And I just started using our illuminating gel. I'm telling you guys, I started using illuminating gel about 10 days ago, and my face is so bright now. For those that knew me before, you will know that my face was darker than my body. Maybe because I just wasn't taking care of it. I was always outside doing one thing or the other, and I was just getting darker and darker. 10 days of the illuminating gel, my complexion is back. This already is something that, and if I tell you how many women I have sold this testimony to, especially those that knew me, and most women, they don't joke with their skin. Oh, my money maker, my skin. All right. I have sold illuminating gel throughout this month of June to bankers because most of them are stressed, So when you become a testimony yourself, it's easier for you to sell the business. So always make sure you have a story, because if every other thing you have said does not work, your story most likely will work, because people like what they can see and what they can relate to. So let's not forget what I have said tonight, that if you want to make it as a network marketing professional, you must learn the art of follow-up. You must learn the skill of follow-up. You must be intentional about follow-up. Have your calendar, keep your appointments, take them seriously. Let the prospect see that seriousness, that professionalism. When you say 8 o'clock, you're 7:59, you're there. They don't have to, you won't, because some are checking. They won't see you coming in late. They won't see you that you are shoddy about what you said you would do, because most people are comfortable when they know you are somebody that keeps to your word. If you say you will do this, you will do it. If you say you'll be there, you'll be there. So always make sure that you follow up on your customers and on your appointments. All right. And then I've also said that you should always be empathize with your prospects when they give you objections. Don't be offended. Be empathic, and then educate them. Educate them, and always remember that you must be patient when you're following people up. You don't expect to sign people up after one meeting or 2 meetings and they will just sign up like that. Be patient, keep your foot in the door, and always be passionate about your business so that they can see that passion and get that energy from you also. Okay, I'd like to stop here for now. Thank you all for listening. I hope I have given you some value tonight. I'd like to take some questions or contributions.